Heat makers, crack music.
If you ain't got the dough, then
Well, Yankees have made a move. They have added to the starting rotation. And I got to tell you, it's an out of left field move. And if you would have talked to me 2 weeks ago, I would have been like, man, get the fuck out of here with the name that I'm about to say. However, the rumblings have been moving. People have been talking. There's been talks about, hey, it's getting hot and heavy with these two parties. And I've started to come around to the idea. And so I'm gonna pull it up on the screen. We got a passing bomb. We have a passing bomb. Where we at? Right-hander Marcus Stroman and the New York Yankees are in agreement on a contract, sources tell ESPN. Stroman, 32, was an all-star with the Cubs in 2023, had a great first half. I think he had a 2.48 in the first half, a 2.48 ERA in the first half, but he struggled a bit down the stretch, finished with a 3.95 ERA. Now, the interesting thing is, correct me if I'm wrong, Juan, he had an option that he could have picked up to stay in Chicago for $21 million. Is that correct?
Yeah, he declined the option.
He bet on himself. And apparently, according to the news reports that we've been reading, he kind of initiated the talks with the Yankees. And he said, yo, I'm available. I'm a free agent. I like to pitch for y'all.
He said, what up? I give you a good price. He said, I give you a good price.
Yeah, he said he'd give us a good price. So what do we think? I'm going to go to Juan, then I'm going to go to Ari just on the initial signing, the initial feeling of, oh shit, Marcus Stroman is a Yankee. We've got him. So let's talk about that aspect first in terms of him, the contract, and whether we think we can help or hurt the team, and then we'll get into all the other shit surrounding Marcus Stroman and the history between him and the fan base. So I'm gonna start with Juan.
I like this signing a lot. Like, I know a lot of people just watching Twitter and just like in the chats, people were like, they didn't like it, but I liked it from once the rumor started. I was like, all right, I can see this happening, and it helps out the team because he's an innings eater. He goes deep into games, and he's like a solid number 3, 2 to number 3 starter, which is what we need. We need the durability, and we need the best abilities, availability. He's always there to pitch. Like, and then we got him on a 2-year deal with the third year option if he pitches 140 innings in the second in 2025. So like that at 18 mil a year, like that's a good for what we potentially could get from him. So like I'm all for it. I didn't want to spend more money on other options, so I think this is good because at the end of the day, I'm trying to go for Soto. We need to get Soto for that big money. So 2025, we need to give him the bag.
So this is a picture that Marcus Stroman just posted today. And so, as we know, he's a Long Island kid, a New Yorker, always had eyes on the Yankees, kind of why there's been a lot of talk back and forth between him and the fan base. I think it stems a lot from, and we're going to get to that, with the fact that he grew up a Yankee fan, and this has kind of always been his end game of, I want to get to the pinstripes eventually. Adi, how you feeling about the deal?
Yo, I'm like you. At first, I was like, obviously thinking with my real proud Yankee fandom, saying, hell no, like this dude yaps too much. He has Twitter fingers. He's blocked me on Twitter. So at first, the initial
you were butthurt.
Oh, you got blocked?
Yeah, we got half of us been blocked, right? So at first, the initial reaction as a fan is kind of like, nah, not this dude. But then, like Juan said, more than being a fan, I like to win, right? And if he gives us a chance to win at that price, in that position, knowing the beef that he's had with the fans, knowing what it is to pitch in New York, like you guys said earlier, like he had one of his best years in New York, right? With the Mets.
Yep.
So, hey, you win, I like you. It's that simple to me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not dating you. I don't need to be friends with you. I just need you to pitch. You could do the shuffle on the mound too if you want. Hey, do it.
So I think I'm in lockstep with you, gentlemen. And first of all, 17 people in the chat. Shout out to everybody tapping in. Make sure you give us a like, comment, subscribe, and share. Don't make that rare. We want to see you here. And like my man Matt Hoffa says, it don't cost you no motherfucking paper unless you're a motherfucking hater. Please be sure to share the stream. Let folks know that we are here. A lot of people talking about this. So it's a lot of Yankee fans looking for coverage. Make sure they come right here. If they want to get the real, they could go to other places for the funnies and the goofies and the shit. But if they want the smoke, they want the real talk, they could come right over here because we're gonna give it to them. And look, I'm in lockstep with you guys. When we first heard, I think it was Bob Nightingale when he came out with the tweet and he said, Stroman has approached the Yankees. Yankees haven't made an offer yet. And we all kind of laughed, like, look at you again, chasing us, a single white female type shit. You obsessed. You obsessed, right? And that's always been kind of the relationship that Yankee fans have had with Marcus Stroman. But the more I started thinking about it, and I started thinking about the options out there and the potential price tag with those options, right? I mean, we were talking about the Dylan Cease, right? Our Dylan Cease trade proposal clip, that's doing some numbers right now on the channel. Make sure you go check that out. When they were asking for Jason Dominguez and or Spencer Jones, right? Like the trade market right now is expensive. And the free agent market for the top two guys, Snell and Monty, are expensive. And so when you're looking at a guy like Stroman, who he's not an ace and he's probably not a number two, but I think on a really good team, you can slide him anywhere between 3 and 5 on a good team and feel really good about him taking the mound every fifth day. I don't have any qualms or any issues with him performing in New York. We saw him do it with the Mets. Granted, it was the little guys across town. It was the Dollar Tree hoppers over there, but he did have his best statistical season in New York. He's a New Yorker, and he's not stupid. He knows what the history is between himself and this fan base, and so I'm always, and Juan and Ari, you guys know, I'm always partial to the player that wants to be here, right? Oh shit, we've got 10 comments, so we're gonna get to y'all comments. We're gonna get to y'all comments in a minute, but I'm always partial to the guys who want to be here, and so that's a reason why I never really diss Giancarlo Stanton the way a lot of folks do. Because Giancarlo Stanton could have went anywhere, right? I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think the Marlins had a package that they really liked from the Dodgers, which was his hometown team, and he exercised his no trade clause and said, no, only team I'm going to is the Yankees. Make the deal. And he wanted to come here. And so I kind of feel the same way with Marcus Stroman. He wanted to come here. He had the $21 million guaranteed that he could have taken to stay in Chicago. He had a nice little first half there. That's a hell of a place to play, hell of a place to live, hell of a place to pitch your home games, Wrigley Field, right? So he could have easily taken that, but the fact that he wants to be in New York, he wants to be in pinstripe. He's always wanted to be in pinstripes. I like that. And if you think he's not coming here with a chip on the shoulder, I mean, I've seen him compete at high levels. I was there in Miami when he pitched for Puerto Rico in the World Baseball Classic, and he was doing his thing. And so I think he is kind of one of the I think he's actually a really good fit for what we're looking for, right? We need some edge, right? Like I feel like the Yankees need some edge on the team. We tried it with Donaldson, that didn't work out, but I feel like we need somebody with some edge, right? And so I want to see Stroman come in and bring that, do what he does, but we're gonna get to it. There is a history here that we need to address. I think we need to have a come to Jesus moment. I think we all need to get on the same page. Kumbaya, piece it up. He's got to piece it up with the fan base. But I think if he does that and he takes the right steps, and look, I think he's starting to take the right steps. He's posting a pic of him and his pops when he was a kid in the Yankee jersey, right? Oh, we love it, right? I think if he takes the right PR steps, this is a slam dunk. This is a slam dunk. And so, what do you think? So obviously, gentlemen, he has a history with the New York Yankees and the fan base. So I believe it was back in what was it, 2020? He wanted he was there was rumors of the Yankees trading for him. He was on the block at the time, and excuse me as I'm looking for my bookmarks because I want to pull up his exact tweets. Give me a second here. I'm going to pull up his tweets, but he was he was on the block, and the Yankees were in were in the marketplace for some pitchers at the time, and it didn't work out. And your man Brian Cashman, who is extremely vocal and he'll answer any question. I believe when they asked him, "Hey, you had a chance to go get Stroman and shore up your bullpen or shore up your rotation. Why didn't you make the move?" And I believe Cashman's answer was something along the line of, "We really like our rotation the way it is now, and we didn't feel that Stroman was," and I believe the exact quote was, "a difference maker." And the idea was if we would have traded for him, he would have ended up in the bullpen. And I think at that time we had, what was it? It was Tanaka. It was, who was on that? It was Tanaka. What was it, Paxton at the time? Or it
Yeah,
was Paxton or
Paxton.
Hap. And Monty was there, even though it was a young Monty, a struggling Monty. But I'm going to put up on the screen here exactly what he said at the time. So in October 21st, 2020, he doubled back. So this is after, the whole fiasco of the Yankees didn't bring him on. He says, "Besides Cole, there's no current Yankee pitcher who will be anywhere in my league over the next 5 to 7 years. Their pitching always folds in the end, and that lineup and payroll should be winning World Series left and right, yet they're in a drought. LOL, shrugging." Sound like a Yankee fan. Sound like us. Sound like us screaming at the top of our lungs. Then the next year, Yankees get eliminated again. He doubled back. This tweet will continue to age unbelievably well. Another tweet. He said, "Yankees haven't won a World Series since 2009." Again, sounded like he could host this show. Hey, Marcus, you want to come up on here? Hey, I know you had beef with the Talking Yankees guys, the John Boy Media guys. You had beef with Michael K. Hey, come up over here. We can talk.
Different.
We different. We different. We not them over there, if you know what I mean. But the Yankees haven't won a World Series since 2009. They routinely spend more than any other team and acquire the biggest names at every trade deadline. The way they spend it, the players they get should result in much more success than they've had. You don't agree.
But he's not wrong, though.
He's not wrong.
In those both tweets, like people getting upset about what he tweeting, but he's not wrong in what he said. And he sounds like a fan. Like, yeah. So I don't got nothing against it. I don't think there was nothing wrong with he just saying what we thinking and what we all know. Like, it's true. We spend, and that time we spend all the bread and we don't got nothing to show for it. So it's like, and then if you go back to his other tweet, like, all right, besides Cole, like, there's no one else there. Like, I just pulled up the roster. It was like Monty is Tanaka's not in the league. Paxton has been a bum. It's just Monty's the one that's better than Stroman. Michael
Monty
King
had a 5 ERA that year.
Yeah, Michael King. Then is Clark Schmidt. Like, those are the only other pitchers. Jay Happ is not in the league anymore, or I haven't. Davey Garcia, and Cole. Like, those are the only ones. Albert Abreu. Like, he's playing in Japan. Like, so he wasn't like wrong in what he said.
I mean, I think he was doubling up on him, right? He was doubling up on himself. And I think as a Yankee fan, you can see where he was speaking as a fan of the Yankees. And yeah, a little hurt when that whole, when he got traded from the Blue Jays, he thought he was coming here, right? And then to hear Cashman, which I felt was doing his GM talk, saying like, yeah, you know, but the price was high for Stroman at that point. I remember they wanted the bag. So I think that, you know, he speaks freely like we do. He you know, he has some passion, but I like it. You know, I like the fact that although we're saying he's a number 3, right? He's pitching like he's a number 2. He's a 3-4 right now, you know, statistically or like what we feel. But in his head, he's number 2 because ain't nobody better than him. Only Cole's better than him, you know?
And at least he acknowledges it. He knows who's the king right here. He knows Cole is the best. And it's okay.
So,
he could be the number 2. Like we'll accept it easily.
We'll welcome that. If you play like a number 2 at the 3 and 4, I'll take it.
See, so the only thing here is like the Yankees is almost like with any team. Like everyone is your enemy, but once you come here and you embrace our culture, like, you know, we'll accept it with open arms. Like we've always had, like, people are upset because Stroman used to troll the Yankees, right? But like, how many times did the Yankees sign players that we fucking hated? You know, from them, Johnny Damon, Clemens, Wade Boggs. A lot of them are Red Sox fans, the Red Sox. But like, even Donaldson, we traded for him. If Donaldson would have produced, we would have like embraced him as well, because that's who we are. Like, you want people with that type of energy on your team, because they're gonna rile everyone up, and hopefully, like, the clubhouse, they all, you know, you got Cole and Judge as the leaders there to put people in line. But that's the type of energy you need, and we're not fucking dead like how we've been in the past few years. Like, we just always dead and looking dead. So we need that type of like tenacity in the clubhouse, which is like, that's why I like someone like Stroman and Soto, because they bring you that edge and that sauce that we've been lacking for the last few years.
Yeah. And I want to stay exactly with the last two names. You said Clemens, and you said Donaldson, right? So if you remember, the season before we brought in Clemens, we got into a bench clearing brawl with Clemens. He threw at Jeter. There was, they was throwing hands. They were literally throwing hands. Strawberry was trying to get at him. It was a fist fight, and they brought him in. They pieced it up. Everything, you know, and they went on to win championships. You look at Donaldson. Donaldson talked crazy about Cole. You remember Donaldson was talking crazy about Cole before he came over here, and then he came over here. They pieced it up. Now, obviously, he was washed by the time he got here, so that didn't work out. But the point is, we can get past shit as an organization and as a fan base, right? There's been plenty of guys that we hated. They came over here and we rooted for them. Now the one tweet that, you know, is like, I can't get behind here, but I get it. You know, he's supporting his ex-teammate, Alek Manoah, who we got all the smoke for. You know, because Alek Manoah, all he does is talk shit, and, you know, he's never performed to the level of his shit talking, right? But here, you know, he's saying, I'm rolling with Alek Manoah. He's a dog. His interview with Sergei Ibaka, again, shit talking. Interview was amazing. Performance on the field, not so much. I know them fickle Yankee fans lost sleep last night, laughing my ass off, crying emoji. He's taking his shots. Now, you know, we're sitting here saying, hey, you know, we like it. He sounds like a Yankee fan. But when he said these things, we were hot. I was hot. You can find tweets of me going at him. Adi got blocked. You know, we know people who've been blocked by him. So, you know, and folks are making a joke. Hey, if Stroman comes to the Yankees, he either got to block the other half, or he's got to unblock half of the fan base. But this is, to me, there's nothing in any of these tweets that some good fucking performance can't, you know. Hey, 7 strong in Fenway against the Red Sox in a big game. I don't give a shit about none of these tweets, King.
Yeah, man, make Jotty cry for me. We good.
He likes the spotlight, and that's what we need. He likes the spotlight. He wants to be there. He wants the ball. He wants to be the man. Like, whether he got the ace like stuff, no, but he likes it. He'll take it on. And as a number 3, 2, 3 starter, like, that's what we need. We don't need him to be the ace. We need him to be the second or the third guy, like, there. And he could be a stopper, you know. And then, like, all right, he's a ground ball pitcher, So we got good defense. You know, Volpe playing second shortstop and Gold Glove winner. So like we got guys to play. So like that, I think he'll do good in New York. And he's gonna have to just apologize for his antics, and then we'll kiss and make up, and that's it. And then we go about it.
So we've got Michael Capoto in the chat, and he's going crazy in the chat. So first thing he said, I will not be watching them in 2024. That's cap. That's cap. You're not watching them in 2024, but you watching us live here on YouTube. That's cap. You watching them. You watching them. If the Yankees are going all in to win the World Series in 2024 and trade for Soto, you don't sign a pitcher like Stroman. Well, I will say Yamamoto was their number one option, right? Yamamoto was the number one option. That didn't work out. But what do you think about this? This gentleman is also saying he wanted Bieber, Snell, or Cease. Sorry, but he's not rolling with the team, so he's not happy. And again, this is what Stroman is going to have to kind of fight through.
Yeah, I mean,
and we're not done yet. We're not done yet.
Yeah,
so like there's still time. We could address other needs, the bullpen, and then we could maybe trade for another starter. Like, we don't have to sign. I don't think we should sign anybody. We can get into that later, but like we don't have to sign anybody. But I don't think we're done yet. They're gonna make another move for the rotation, I feel like.
I agree. And so, so Michael's not happy here. He doesn't think that this is a World Series team or a playoff team. So shout out to Michael. Appreciate you checking in. And make sure, hey, if you don't watch the Yankees, you don't got to watch the Yankees. Just make sure you follow our podcast and just watch us. And we're going to keep you abreast of the situation of what's going on. And we're going to tell you if Stroman is ass, we're going to tell you. We're going to light him up. We're going to be the first one to bring smoke to him if he's not living up to it, right? But Ari brought something up about his swag, right? And so that's one of the things that I like about the signing. Like I said, when I watched him in the WBC with Puerto Rico, you could see he likes pitching under the big lights. He likes the big games. He likes to compete. He's a bulldog out there. He likes to talk shit. He don't mind talking shit back and forth to the pitcher. So I want to play a clip from, I believe, last season, and this is an at-bat featuring current Yankees Juan Soto and Marcus Stroman, and then I want to get both of your reaction to this video.
There's a lot of them, but that's the closest I ever came to having a no-hitter. And Soto is out on strikes. He's not crazy about
but you guys can't see it. I'm watching it on my screen. I'm watching on my screen. I didn't put it on the screen for y'all. I apologize. Technical difficulties. Here it is. You can see it on the screen now. Marcus Stroman, Juan Soto, and it's a 2-2 count here with the bases empty, bottom of the fifth. And Stroman is going to make a hell of a pitch.
There's a lot of them, but that's the closest I ever came to having a no-hitter. And Soto is out on strikes. He's not crazy about the call by Shane Livensparger. As we watch it again, I was thinking about George.
So what jumps out at me, and I want to get both of y'all takes on this. But one, I mean, the strikeout is a strikeout, right? Anybody can strike anybody out. These are major leaguers. But the reaction, right? Everybody knows Soto does the Soto shuffle whenever somebody throws a pitch out of the zone and he wants to be challenged. He does that little Soto shuffle, like, "Hey, throw me a fastball, you bitch," right? And so when Stroman strikes him out, he does a little hop and a dance on the mound, kind of like a Stroman shuffle.
Game to having a no-hitter.
Right, you see that there?
Soto
and then
is out on strikes. He's not crazy.
On the way back to the dugout, Soto grills Stroman.
See about the call by Shane Livensparger.
He's grilling him. He's waiting to make eye contact with him.
As we watch it again.
He makes eye contact. He smiles, that Soto smile, and he shakes his head. Yes, you got me on that, but I'm going to see you. And then Stroman, which I love.
I was thinking about George Foster, and I didn't even see that pitch. I get a chance to look at it now. I'm sure it was framed perfectly. I mean, I give him a lot of credit for making that call. It wasn't the location that Jan Gomes and Marcus Stroman wanted, but it was a strike.
A little merengue there. So what do we think? One, do we think there's any lingering beef here? And then two, how do we feel about that? As I take a shot.
I could go. I think that it's part of the game, right? In between the lines, that's what happens. That's competing. Soto gave him the look to like, okay, I see you. And Stroman, I think, just responded to that. And I mean, in the moment, you can see where Soto's like, you got me, right? You got me, but I'll be back. And I think that back and forth is good for baseball at the end of the day, right? Like, they ain't beefing. Nobody's wilding out. A little stare here, a little head nod, because at the end of it too, Stroman gave him a little, what up, right? There was no beef. It was just real recognize real. And I think having both of them on our side is going to be fun. Because I think when Stroman's in his mood, when he's in his vibe, he's going to make baseball fun for us. He's going to be pitching well because he feels it, and he's going to be doing things like this. And we're going to love it. Oh, we're going to be watching for every little step he does up there. I just want to see it on Twitter too.
Nah, I love that, man. That's part of the game. That's the showmanship. Like, that's what make baseball fun again is, like, that's what it is. All right. No one gets mad at Soto for doing the shuffle, but like, you want to stop the shuffle, strike him out. And then that's exactly what he did. It's like, you don't want to see me trot around the bases, strike me out. Like, that's how what we want players to do, make the game more fun and more interactive with people. As it wasn't with ill intent. They both smiled at each other like, all right, I got you the next one. Like, that's what it is. Like, like, people get mad when people celebrate strikeouts. Well, then don't let the pitcher strike you out. If people walk a home run or do the bat flip, then don't let them fucking hit a home run. Like, that's exactly what it is. It's like, you don't want no one to show you up, then shut their mouth up. Either hit the home run or strike them out, and like, that's it. And then you don't do nothing. But like, it makes it more fun. And you see all these kids, like, you go to the parks and you see everyone trying to do the Shoto shuffle. So everyone is like trying to copy from that. So, and then like Stroman trying to do his own little thing too. And I like that. And I don't think they're going to have any beef amongst each other. Like, when they come to the clubhouse, I'm pretty sure that's going to be like one of the first like interview questions they get. It's like, oh, what happened on this day? Like, how, like, is there anything about that? And they probably just be like, nah, that's just part of the game. And they appreciate that. And that's what baseball's about. It should be about.
Shout out to Dante in the chat. You should be sleeping, but I'm going to let you rock. I'm going to let you rock because you support Daddy. Shout out to Dante in the chat. And speaking of sons, my man Bobby Cox, definitely our son, definitely sons of all Yankee fans. He's been getting sunned by Yankee fans on Twitter and Facebook for years. And so he's coming to troll us and saying striking out a guy who's never hit more than 35 home runs is weak. But what if I was my Morpheus voice? What if I were to tell you Soto's not a home run hitter, right? I mean, that's not what you get him for. But there we are. All right. So look, I think for the amount, so for the money. So what was the contract? It was what, 2 years, what, $37 million with an option for a third?
38
for a third. So basically, the third option is it comes out to, I think it's what, $55 million for 3 years. But that's only if he pitches more than 140 innings in 2025, which is more than capable. But like people get upset by the money. Like, I think it's a bargain because like they posted also Giolito, he just got signed by the Red Sox and they gave him what it was, like 2 years. They gave him 2 years, $38.5 million, and he has worse numbers than Stroman. So we got a better pitcher. An all-star pitcher, and Giolito is just like on potential. He hasn't really like showed us what he can really do. So I think we got a good deal.
An ace. And my man Bobby Cox, we love you, but enjoy that. You and Bloom can have a drink over that one because that's horrible.
Listen, and I like Giolito as an upside type of guy, and it's funny, and this is why Jody is one of my favorite trolls, right? Because when we chat and we were both saying, hey, I think they got him on a decent deal, right? On kind of approve it, blah blah blah. But if you look at it's very similar to what Stroman got, right? And so Stroman has been the better pitcher over the last couple of years. And so if you got Stroman on a comparable deal, Yankees got a better deal. He's got a better guy for, at a better price point. So, I don't want to hear it from the
And the bar's not that high for Stroman, like we said. 3-4 is what we asking for.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. Just come in, do your thing. And so, look, here's what I think needs to happen. I think if I am Marcus Stroman, I'm his agent, right? Good start with the picture of yourself as a child in the Yankee gear. I like that. Tugs at the heartstrings, right? But what I think needs to happen is we need to have one of those pictures with the text and a little chat GPT apology and kind of just say, hey, look, I've been vocal on Twitter, but a lot of the disdain or my frustration came from the fact that I've always wanted to be a part of this organization. I grew up a Yankee fan. This means a lot to me. And so when it didn't happen, when I thought it had the chance to happen, I was upset and I lashed out. And I think, there's nothing more New York than a guy saying, hey, I want to play for your team. That team saying no. And then you being like, you know what? Well, then fuck you. I'm going to show you. Like, if that's not New York, I don't know what it is. So
I agree.
That's where I am with it.
But he got to address the Alex Manoah joint, though. He got to be like, all right, that's it. He ain't no longer my teammate.
Yeah, that was his man's. I give him a pass.
Because he's my ace.
Nah, someone in the comments they asked the question, which is actually they say you letting Stroman rock the do-rag.
That's a fact. In fact,
nope.
Every fifth day when he starts, I'm rocking the do-rag. I'm rocking the do-rag.
So do he got to cut the dreads? He got to cut the dreads?
Nah.
For me, yes. So. He needs a Caesar.
Nah,
he needs a junior high school Caesar.
Nah. Because I feel like if you got the braids, then it's not your hair's not crazy. Like the from what I always understood, it was just the crazy long hair. But if the hair is in braids, it's not. I mean, it's technically kept, and so I don't think.
I don't think he'll pass the shoulder.
No dye, bro. Just get a Caesar, bro.
Nah, bro. Nah, because son with the navy blue do rag.
Nah, I don't want it, man.
Yeah.
He already has vibes and flair. Like, let's keep your look simple and go out there and do your thing. At least for year one. If he comes out smoking in year one, in 95, I want him to color his hair. He could wear a do-rag. He could smoke a cigarette. Do what you want. But year one, let's keep it simple.
Listen,
let him. I think he should let him rock it. Don't let him pass the shoulders. And then like if he's playing like Az, then he got to cut that shit.
Yep. I'm rolling. You know what? If you can't hit, listen, Judge got to come with the Clippers. Judge got to come with the Clippers here. Listen, hey, big dog.
Judge, you're going to call Jordan the barber.
That's it. That's it. Bar,
you don't even need Jordan the barber, bro. Get Jeter's barber. Whoever gave Jeter those cuts, get him one of those haircuts.
He's going to be all right, man. He's going to be all right. And I imagine that all of that has been ironed out, whether or not he's going to cut his hair, whether or not there's going to be, the do-rag is in play. Like, I imagine that everybody is fully on board with what the ask is from each side.
Like, it's not a trade, so he already know what.
So he knows what it is, and we know what it is. So let's see. I'd be surprised if we report February 14th for pitchers and catchers, and there's a story about his hair or his do-rag. I would think that has had to have been ironed out prior to inking this deal. So and for me, like I said, I'm all on board with him. I want him to be him. And so if that's how he needs to be comfortable, then let's get it.
So Eddie, game one that Stroman pitches, you wearing a do-rag? I just want to put it.
Fact. That's a fact. Look, I'm coming on stream with the do-rag.
Gotcha.
Cool. Everybody down with that?
I haven't worn a do-rag since I had braids like 20 years ago.
Listen, I'm gonna do it.
All right, bet.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna come with the do-rag, with the fitted. bang, and we good. I'm rolling. All right, so welcome to New York, Marcus Stroman. But before the Marcus Stroman thing happened,